Charm City. What is good? What's up, man? All right. Let me get everything going. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh yeah, definitely excited. Tomorrow's the day, opening night, and then of course Friday's the real big one. All right, let's see.
Hey everybody, Heidi Watney here.
So
Welcome to the
before
show.
we get straight into the March to October, we're gonna do a warm up. Joe Adell for the Los Angeles Angels. We're gonna do a player lock for him. Yeah, Atlanta's my team. So let's see. He load up my roster. Not Carrie Patton. What's up, baby? Oh, that's funny. So, what do you think about Freeman and Markakis opting out? They won't miss much time, but it definitely hurt the team. Uh, well, I know how. First of all, how's Freeman doing? I know he had Corona. I mean, I can't fault anybody who sits out, man. This is such weird times right now, and I get it. I get it. It's one of those things where it's gonna be hard to. Uh, Let me see if Joy Dale is already on the Angels. Like I get it, man. It's weird right now, and for people who are dealing with this stuff and trying to manage it as best they can, not only for their careers but also their families. And I think that's one of the things that people are just not really thinking too much about. Is like they have to think about their families that they could potentially bringing something home to, no matter how safe they're trying to be. You just don't know. Joe Adell's not on here, so he must be on the triple A or double A. Let's do triple A. Let's see. Gonna watch me live? Okay. He's fine now, but he's understandably afraid to. Yeah, it's definitely for him, because just imagine how that must feel. Like you've been seeing since like mid March how bad this stuff has been in our country and the world for that matter, and then you end up getting it, and it's just like, what? What do you expect to happen? Like you just don't know, and then you have to be quarantined from your family, your children. Man, that's awful. I hope Joe Adell is on this squad right here because I'm really there. He is perfect. Yep. What's up, Ian? Chill day watching me. All right, so let's check out Joe Adell right here. He's the center fielder for the AAA squad for the Los Angeles Angels. Pretty decent hitting stats. Good fielder. Decent speed. All right. Let's rock it. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, I'm happy too, man. I actually went ahead last night. I'll just let you guys know since you're in the stream. I went ahead last night and went into the play now mode and actually played the game. The Yankees versus who were they playing? Was it the Phillies?
The game's future
I can't remember.
are on display.
I played that game, so I'll be uploading that tomorrow as to kind of kick off the season.
Between the Columbus Clippers and the
All right, here we go. Joe Adell. Hap, I took that Raven shirt off. Come on, man. Come on.
Jaime Barria.
Mr. Hurting like crazy. Stroman has calf injury. Seems like
Dan
half that
Cusack,
season
what do you
the
got?
team been hurt.
Hey, it's
Okay,
hard
yeah.
to have all
Let's see. Am I?
Digging in, Joe Adell, as he'll get his first opportunity.
All right, here we go. Joe Adell.
Joe Adell.
And the pitch.
Nice background.
Inside ball one.
Come on now, here we go, guys.
The 1-0.
Let's go.
Ball, that's off the plate.
2-0. Hitters count. We're looking good right now. We're looking good.
Come on now, one pitch right here.
We just need to get on base. Take advantage of his speed. Shouldn't have swung at that. I should have a 3-0 count.
Up and out of the zone. He's going to continue to go there.
What is he throwing? Four-seamer is still doing the best.
Line to the right.
There we go.
side. A lead,
There we
but
go.
he can't bring it down. Base
Okay.
hit.
I may try to steal a bag here.
Hey, if this pitcher's going to live in the outer half of the plate, then you're going to have to dive out there and get it. And that's
Joe
exactly
Adell with
what
the
he
opposite
did.
field
Hey,
single.
That's a heck of a job right there, going the other way after seeing 3 pitches on the outer.
This is the AAA squad. This is AAA for
Morgan, he'll get to take
the Los Angeles Angels.
Come on, guy, get your pitch ready.
It's a lefty. It's gonna be hard to steal on a lefty.
ready on 1 and 2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Hey, now we've got 2.
Digging in, Connor Justice. He takes his
I think it's
first
the
pitch in this one.
AAA teams for the Angels and the Indians. I'm gonna try it.
The 2-2 is swung on and
Well,
missed. He got
never
him.
mind.
So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on.
Oh, by the way, guys, you know our original March to October that I did with the Atlanta Braves, and once we finished that, you know, we got put out in the playoffs.
So a runner on
I then was able to turn that save file into a franchise file.
Will be Joe Adell.
So what I ended up doing today, I went ahead and started that franchise, went through the off season, got some signings, and remind me before the stream ends. I want to show you guys the squad. I think it's a pretty tight squad I got put together. I think.
He's a guy that has a lot of speed. No
I mean,
doubt
I got
about
the
that.
CPU doing a lot of the transactions for me, but I did intervene to make some things happen.
Just as much on the defensive side.
Oh, look at that. There we go. That's a double. That's a double.
And now this will head for the 345 sign.
Joe Adell.
Wow, you gotta love this aggressive.
And then he has a single and a double. That was a good hit. Good solid hit, too.
And just rips it down the left field line.
He is the number 7 top prospect, Major League prospect for 2020. Cycle? Hey, what inning are we in?
So striding
The third?
in here,
Ooh.
Morgan. He was
If we can pull off a triple, that's the tough one. The triple's the toughest one.
Fastball, you could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to
If
something.
I get a triple next at bat,
on to first, 2 gone.
it could be doable. I mean, a home run is still going to be, probably tough to get, but I don't think a homer is as tough as a triple.
Connor Justice, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Designated hitter.
He's got a smooth swing.
On third with 2 out. Out in front as this is skied in the
that's
air.
gonna get caught.
Way left. Zimmer is
Okay,
there, and
so we
he'll
got a single,
away
we got a
to
double,
his side.
just to
run
get the homer and a triple.
man left. On now to the top of inning number 4.
All right, here we go. Here we go, chat.
Digging in to try it again.
Got a 3-run lead, 2 for 2.
2 for 2 line into this appearance.
Adell.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Lifted in the air.
Oh,
to
come on.
Right fielder.
Ah. See, I don't think, yeah, he only has 57 contact and I think like 58 or 53 power. I really didn't get a chance to check it out. He doesn't quite have the power to make it easy to get a home run. I mean, but he could, you know, if we get lucky with some placement, we could get the triple. But we'll see. See, this camera needs to be dropped down. It looks so much, the game looks so much better with a lower camera.
And this is popped up near second base.
All right.
Salcedo is there.
So I don't know if you guys remember yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. One of those streams. I talked about what they should do to make the hitting and pitcher interface feel more immersive by putting like a depth of field effect on the game.
For the last half of the
I doctored up some images of the game and I got that. So I'm gonna be putting a video together now. I'll drop that this week
So far in this one,
so you guys can see.
into the later
So he has 58 power, 57 contact.
get some
All right,
base
so we'll see what we can
and
do.
hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
fouled away.
Ooh. Now, how did they all of a sudden score 11 runs? Like, wasn't the score like 2-5 or 3-5? Now it's 11-5. That's what I talk about. When this game does its simming, it goes crazy.
And he misses with it 1-1.
Ooh.
You know
Ball.
who wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2.
Modding should look good. Yeah, hopefully they can mod. That'd be nice, especially if you can add uniforms in, stuff like that.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it
2-1.
for a ball. Change
Oh.
gets him out in front for
Good
strike
changeup.
two.
He caught me off with that one.
Healthy hack that time. And he lays off.
Yeah, PS5 is gonna be crazy.
3-2.
I mean, both consoles are gonna be
Gareth
nuts.
Morgan will be next.
They're gonna be just, you know, obviously for me, I'm gonna end up trying to get both. But depending on the price, it's probably gonna.
Oh, and there's a drive to deep left.
Uh-oh,
center.
chat.
You can pretty much
Uh-oh,
forget
chat.
about this one. This is way.
Ooh. I don't know, chat. I don't know.
So a solo shot here to left center field.
All right. All we got to get is a triple.
5-run deficit.
But what inning are we going to get another opportunity? Are we going to get another opportunity, should I say? Take it off easy. I think it's on All-Star right now. Oh, I love that swing, man. He just yank it up like that. Hit off the Topps Chrome sign, I believe. Yep.
So digging
Oh, it's
in
top of the
Taylor.
ninth. Oh, gosh.
This appearance,
Please let us get another at-bat.
for Day. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side.
Okay, please. Please give me one more at-bat. Just one more at-bat. I don't even want to push the button to advance ahead. I want the game.
A couple of walks, but no.
Are we going to be one of the next batters?
Back with more following this.
Please, please, please. Oh, chat. Here we go.
Joe Adell bats now. He went deep last time up.
The last at that, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good
Ah.
fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
First pitch of the at-bat. And that's in there for strike one. Well, this one's been
Oh, and they're telling me.
scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty B, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Row, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs is going to win the ball game.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out
come
to
on,
straightaway center field. And
No!
Runner's eye for a home run.
No.
Impressive shot to dead center.
Oh, great game. This is a great player lock right here.
Second of the game.
I may have to clip this one out and make this a video. Okay, our only hope now is that our team gets on a rally, ties the game, and sends it into extra innings. And that was normal swing. I didn't even use power swing there because I didn't want to try to go yard. Straight center. Oh, Chad. Oh, a triple shy of the cycle. We had a single, double, 2 home runs. Joe Adell is a beast.
The final score in this ball game.
He's a beast.
Columbus Clippers wrote an important 6th inning to victory.
Wow.
Scott Moss gets the W on the mound.
I know that one time you wanted it to stay in the yard and
After giving up 6 earned. So
it just wasn't meant to be.
this afternoon.
That is crazy.
Dan Plesac on our entire
That was fun, though. That was really fun.
Watching MLB The Show. For more,
Wow.
log on to theshownation.com.
I mean, Joe Adell, man. Wow.
The final line score for our
Joe Adell, 4 for 5, 2 home runs, a double, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
and 11 runners left on.
Let's look at this highlight reel.
For the Bees, 8 runs on 15
Nice
hits.
double.
No errors. They left 15 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 56 minutes.
Ah, man. The first home run, 427 feet. Now, that's crazy. Let's think about this. He hit that 427 off of 58 power. I didn't even think that field was this deep because, I mean, he didn't get a lot of clearance over the wall. I mean, it was easily over the wall, but... And this was 439. How? Well, 420 deep center, so I guess that's right. That was nuts. Wow. That was an awesome player lock right there. Joe Adell, everyone. Joe Adell. Okay, Ian. All right. Let me check my difficulty. I'm sure I'm on All-Star hitting. Yeah, hitting difficulty, All-Star. Yeah. All right. Time to jump into the March to October, baby. We still got a good, comfortable lead over the Astros. I think we had 6.5 game lead before we hit like a little slump, and then we got that chopped down to a 4-game lead, which is still good. Projected to win 91 games. Astros are projected to win 94. All right, let's get right into it. So they're putting us in the 7th inning game with 1 out, tie score. It's top of the 7th. We got our runners on 1st and 2nd. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and pull that one and
havoc on their opponents so far
then,
this season.
you know, do that
On that, let's go down to
from
the
the
field
stream.
with Heidi Watney.
Matt, this fan base expected a contender this year, and so far they've gotten what they expected.
Because what I may do, I don't know if I'm gonna just
in April and May, and they seem
take the download from YouTube and then just edit that, or I may just take it from my game capture software. It depends on which one has better quality. More likely my software capture. I have the better quality.
So it's
All right, here we go, guys.
here. 1st and 2nd.
Tie score,
One man
top of the 7th.
That brings up the exciting Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center.
I mean, we're not even gonna get a chance.
This is way out of here.
Okay. Well, there you go. So this is where we hit our slump.
To left center.
We had that nice, good winning streak. We're dominant, and now we lost our game at home, and now we're just. I mean, the game didn't even try to ease me into it to make it feel like it was going to be competitive. And that was not a meatball. That pitch was low in the zone.
To make him pay for it.
Pitched it right where the catcher wanted me to throw it, and I don't know, man.
Now batting.
Oh, they said it was right down the middle. I didn't think I threw it right down the middle. Hold on, let's take a look at that, because I was not aiming for right down the middle. Yep. Okay. That's not where I aimed at, though. Sometimes that's what bothers me with. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
As the first pitch to him is in.
Okay, but the one that I didn't get the good accuracy on, it went closer to where I wanted it to go. 2 for 3. Change up.
Now the 0-1. And he takes a big swing here, but this winds up a little tapper to the left of the mound.
There we go.
Not in time.
Safe?
And how about that?
Oh my
And
gosh.
And as I
Let's go and challenge it. I mean, it's already the 7th inning. What do we got to lose?
They're requesting a chance to review the replay. And
They need to do better with the challenges. The timing is off. Like, you kind of get the idea of the results before it's actually revealed.
We'll
The
review
Athletics
the
start
Okay,
challenging
we're going to
the
get one more.
Oh, he's
right here.
easily out.
Video evidence
Look at that.
to overturn this call? You know, I think there is. The shot right there makes it look like the ball beat him to first. Looks like
All right, so let's see.
challenge.
Okay,
Out. There we go.
and off comes the headset. And
See, where's the crowd? The crowd should be cheering right now because the call went in our favor.
a well-used challenge there.
batter ruled out.
So they kind of missed opportunities to have. See, oh, now the crowd cheers. Sinker.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. Strike one to start the.
So it's obviously October. There are the breast cancer awareness bats out.
And he fouls this one off.
0-2.
3 runs already home here.
Looking for a sinker. We're gonna put it right here. Right there.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Maybe they're scripting me for a comeback. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not be surprised.
Now the pitch. In tight with 2.
Hey, this is one of those tough outings.
I mean, that does often happen with this game.
And believe sooner or later, this inning's going to turn around.
This is pulled into right.
Ooh.
Is there, makes
Good play.
the catch, and the side is retired.
All right, we got some work to do.
So 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and no one.
We got some work to do,
Now to
guys.
the bottom of inning number 7. Toronto leads this one 7-4. Last half of the 7th here, and the exciting middle infielder Franklin Barreto bats next. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1.
Thanks for the call in my favor, huh?
Frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, earning strikes from the umpire is a real thing. If you've been all over the place like he has, you're just not going to get much help from the umpires.
Okay.
1-1 to Franklin
respect that.
Barreto. The 1-1. This is skied in the short left
Got
center.
under it.
Gurriel comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for route number 1.
Okay.
Now batting, shortstop.
So the line
Marcus Simeon.
and digging in.
All right. He went yard, was it 2 games ago? Well, 2 streams ago.
He's taken him deep once. Now a strike called in the upper part of the zone.
You have to understand as the hitter right here.
Oh, this
pitcher
dude
on
has
the mound
low
wants a
energy.
Quick inning. Anything over the heart of the plate, probably got to pull the trigger.
No.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Center fielder.
Oh, I thought he was going to keep on running.
He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting, number 22.
So 2 are gone now in the Oakland half.
He's having a good game.
And up
Okay.
next will be Ramon Laureano. First pitch coming. Here it is.
2-out lightning definitely applies to this.
Mookie. Yeah, I heard about it. It's like, was it like 13 years, 380 million or something crazy?
And the 0-1. Hit down the third baseline.
Like,
But this
I
will
would
be a
never
foul
sign a
ball.
13-year contract. That's insane.
4 runs.
That is
6 hits,
insane.
and
Like,
no errors in the ball game for the
you already
Angels so
know,
far.
13-year contract. You're gonna have some rough seasons within that contract, multiple seasons, because they've invested so much money in you. It's crazy.
The 1-2. Now a swing. And
Dang.
a third straight fly ball here should get him out of the inning. 1-2-3.
They're pitching me pretty good.
And that will conclude matters here in the 7th.
Yeah, but let me see. I think it was.
They're on the short end of a 7-4.
Let's see. Yeah, 13-year, $380 million. That includes the 2020 season. Yeah.
Randall Richards.
$12 years, but it adds the 1 year, so technically it's 13 years, $392. Okay, ESPN said 380. Record 65 million signing. I know he was asking for some crazy money from the Red Sox.
Now, oh my.
Oh, come on, game. Come on.
And gone. An absolute bomb.
All right, we got to take this guy out. You're coming out, buddy. That's all it is to it.
Leaves the yard with a solo shot. Home run number 16 for him on the year.
So we dominate on the road, but then we can't win anything at home.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell
That was
my
ugly.
guys to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5?
What?
Jeez. Enough is enough.
So this dude has hit 3 home runs in this series against us. That's nuts. Like, he has good energy, no confidence at all. All right. He's coming out. I'm sorry.
On the pitch here in the 8th with nobody out.
Number 57, J.B. Wendleton.
Fun Mookie stats. He has 4 straight seasons with 100 runs, 40 doubles, and 20 home runs. He's a really good player. Very solid player. Consistent. Only others are Albert Pujols, Robinson Cano, all-time leaders, non-consecutive. Lucas Cabrera. Welcome back in. The game is nerfing me. Had to take my pitcher out early after 1 in the 3rd innings. This particular game started with a 4-4 tie, and now well, we're probably losing like 8-4. 2 home runs they've hit against us. And it's like I'm trying to throw the pitches where the catcher's telling me to throw it, get a good accuracy rating for when I'm trying to throw it, and they're getting perfects, just belting it. All right.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now.
You see where I'm throwing it? Like, I threw it over to low and away, and it went like low middle, double and a triple. Like, these guys are having a crazy game.
The 0-1 pitch. And he looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
I think they need to tweak post pitching a little bit.
He's awfully tardy right now.
Like, either
Swing and a miss.
look, and that was right down the middle, and that's not where I threw that.
Didn't mess
Either they
around
need
with
to
that at-bat.
tweak the feedback and not have it say good all the time, because when you see it say good, you kind of get a rhythm down. You get a timing of the post pitch, and even though it says good, it's still. I've even had stuff where I've thrown it like too late or too early, and it'll go exactly where I wanted it to go. So it's like a lot of inconsistencies with post pitching. But I like the interface of it, though.
Derek Fisher the next to bat. As he
And see, I didn't throw that way up there.
plate for a ball 1-0.
This guy has high confidence and high energy. Like, that pitch doesn't have a lot of confidence. Let's see. Let's go throw his for a seamer low.
Now here's
Okay, that's a good one. Check the ratings. All right, so control 48. There it is. Like, so then what's the purpose of the pulse pit, like the pulse? Because the way I would think about this would be set up is, okay, the control should indicate how erratic the pulse is going up, you know, out and contracting. You know, if I'm able to hit it at its smallest point, my pitch should go ideally close to the area that I'm aiming it. Even though his control is 48, if somebody had a higher control like a 79 or 80, then you don't have as big of a contraction. It'll be a smaller contraction. You know what I mean? Like that's how I think it should be done. And you kind of get that with some pitchers, but I don't know.
Looked like he tried to pull.
Or don't even tell me that it's good. Like, tell me that, you know, average, or they need to have more ratings rather than just good early or late.
Several inches below the zone, in fact. Eight runs on.
Yeah, his control is pretty bad.
One error thus far for Toronto.
See how big that pulse is right there? Like, I would expect somebody with a 48 control to have a pulse that big.
He's set. Here's the 2-2.
And so, of course, his fastball, this is primary pitch. It's not as huge. And you can kind of aim that a little bit better. And if you go lower, it should, like sometimes depending on how you move it, see, it's a little more erratic out here. All right, well, we got 2-2. Start to slurve. Man, it should tail out of the strike zone.
And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
So now tell me, how did I get a good feedback result from that pulse, but yet I hit him with it? That's what I mean by it's inconsistent. It doesn't align very well. Like something like that, I should have got a bad or whatever you want to name it, but it should not have been a good timing on the pulse when I hit him with it, because I clearly was not aiming at him. What's his confidence? And then his confidence is still pretty high. And even his four-seamer, the confidence in that particular pitch is still pretty good.
The 1-0. A swing and a ground ball to third. One there.
Come on.
Relay to Olsen.
Good play.
The double play, and that
good play.
The side. Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end.
Do they still have Showtime for Road to Show? Yep. It's still in there. I never use it. Like the first year they implemented it, I tried it because it was just to see what the feature was about, but I was like, wait, this is just way too arcadey, way too gimmicky. I don't want to have to hold the right trigger to slow down the pitch to where it's almost like I'm in the Matrix.
We move into the later innings, down by a bundle. It's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Ball one.
All right, come on, Chapman.
At bat.
We need some bats.
Hold high out to left field.
So they're trying to keep the ball up. They're not pitching anything down the middle, even though they look like they're going to be down the middle. By the time I swing at them, they're just up in the zone.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson.
All right, so let's see what happens.
And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1.
Nice. For this, I'm gonna go up in the zone. I'm gonna go up.
Lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1.
I'm not even trying to swing at the high stuff. It's just, it doesn't look like it's going to be high. Oh my God.
Down here is it's to 1-2.
When your team is behind this late in the game, it's not a good look for you as a hitter to show no discipline and wave at a pitch that wasn't even sniffing the zone.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
All right, 2-2. Give me something.
Back up the middle.
There we go.
And that gets through for a one-out base hit.
Oh.
Legs churning. He's headed for
Really?
second.
And we get a double out of that with a 36 speed.
Second now with one away.
Normally, they would have fielded that one cleanly in the outfield, and it would have just been a single.
Plate, batter was able to keep his hands
Okay, but I'll take it.
and drive it up the middle.
Kind of around a little bit late on that, though. All right. So we got, you know, this is kind of like the meat of our lineup.
So now it's Mark Canha as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats.
0 for 3 strikeout. Got a good average, though. What was that, 368, 386? They were shift on the shift. Okay.
Line drive to left.
Oh, come on.
Is gonna get
Come
there.
on.
Up to put it away,
Right,
and there are
right to him. Really?
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem
Out of all that space in the outfield, I got a perfect hit,
was a little on the
and I hit it right to him. Look, he didn't even have to move.
would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
Chris Davis next to bat.
All right, come on, Chris. Dang, Chris got 9 home
How
runs.
much longer are they going to stick with this starter? Fatigue could very well become a factor at some point.
Yeah, that's always a tough question to answer for a manager, especially when your guy's still pitching well. You've got to kind of look for some signs. Is he starting to get hit more? Is he losing his command? Even if he's still throwing strikes, stuff like that.
Yeah, good points to keep
Man,
an eye
Chris's
on if he
hot zones are
continues
up.
on much longer. High fly ball out to straightaway center.
Got under this a little too much.
To make the catch, and the side is retired. The A's strand one. They're unable. All set for the start of the inning, and into bat next.
I'm gonna take this guy out.
Oh,
So
he's set. And
What about Bo Bichette? He was trending last night on Twitter. And it's like people were just making memes off of his name. Did you guys happen to see that? I'm not sure what even caused it, but when I went on the Twitter last night, I seen Bo Bichette was trending. I'm like, oh man, did he get corona or something? And it's like, no, just people just making like memes off his name.
deep. And that will end up a foul ball.
All right, we gotta. Oh no, early.
And a swing. And
See what I mean?
good pitch there for the
That
first
pitch,
out here in
the
ninth.
pulse on that pitch was like
Making him
about as wide as it can be.
strikeout there.
And I ended up getting a strikeout on that pitch.
You can really force
It's just like,
to expand their
it's just so, it's so inconsistent with this stuff. Like,
after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a
all right, we got to get this guy out of here. I'm sorry.
Lou Trevino enters the game with one gone in the top of inning number 9.
At this point, let me
Number
see.
62.
Bullpen.
Blue Trevino.
At the plate now, Kevin Biggio.
No.
And he takes ball 1.
Come on, man.
For 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game.
They're homeless. They don't have a home field anymore. I don't really keep up with them. Why does the catcher want me to throw in the guy's only hot zone in his whole strike zone? I'm not throwing there.
The 1-0. Swing and a streamer, but this one's not going to stay fair.
Yeah. Let's go up.
A 1-1. Hit hard down the right field line. But this one lands in the bullpen area, a foul ball.
I don't know how that still almost went to the middle of the zone. Like, how?
And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the 9th.
This has not
Oh, okay.
remember for him.
Not clear to play.
He's been completely lost at the plate.
What are they gonna do?
All over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Into the box
Oh,
now.
just
Luis
late.
Gurriel. And a fastball runs in a bit too close for comfort that time. He's had a great game so far, and a triple would complete
Yeah,
the
Charm
cycle.
City. I get that. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's kind of the reason why the NBA is all, confined into one location.
He's left fielder.
This is a spot.
But the location that they're playing, or that state that they're playing in, is like probably the worst place to be.
Don't want to run the count to 3-0.
Like Florida, man, they're
This is foul.
just money hungry at the detriment of infecting a vast majority of their population. This is incredible.
Here's a fly ball, well hit. And he will get
Ooh, good play.
there and make the running play, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. They still lead it by a count of 8-4.
I haven't seen Vegas, this new stadium. Is it going to be the same stadium where the Raiders are playing? No, it's not the Raiders. Is it the Chargers? It'll be in Vegas.
To do the pitching. All set for the bottom of the ninth.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the ninth, guys. Down by 4. Rally time.
Defense.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
You like Florida? Shh. Better stay away from Florida, man. Right now, they're like the worst place to be.
Is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
The Raiders moved to Vegas. Okay, I was confused. I thought it was the Raiders, but I said, wait a minute, didn't the Chargers move too? Or the Rams? I can't remember, man. Those California teams, they're just all over the place.
The pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Florida's like a hotbed for the. Oh, I know. It's because they were very careless, making stuff like things like the WWE. That is not an essential business. It's just all, in my opinion, just money under the table that's being exchanged so that things can happen, and that is the only reason why things were allowed to happen in Florida. You can't tell me that WWE is an essential business, and it's like one of the worst types of industries to be in
time.
far as containing the spread of this virus.
Up next for Oakland.
And then you got a owner
John.
that is just he is out there. That man,
Into the box now.
Vince McMahon, he's just out there,
Top of
dude.
one, it was a ground
Like he doesn't want them to wear. They don't even like say the word. They try to avoid saying what's going on in the world. They're just stuck in their own bubble, man.
from the stretch. Here's the pitch to the left side.
It's like they just don't think anything else exists outside of their own product.
1 out, nobody on.
People can't wear masks during the tapings, and the fact they're taping shows is
In there,
crazy.
and it's 0-2 now. And some action now in the Toronto bullpen as a right-hander starts to get loose.
I mean, I understand they're using their own performance center, but the thing is, it's not about the location where they're having their events
Here comes the
or where they're working. Think about it like this.
Third time he's fanned in the game.
All the performers that have to go there, you have to remember they're traveling for one, so they're on planes or they're taking these road trips. So there's a potential to get infected from being on planes and in the airport. Secondly,
Franklin Barreto.
when you get there, I mean, yeah, they may do testing. We don't know for sure if they're really doing true testing. I mean, they say that they do temperature checks, but a temperature check does not give you foolproof evidence that somebody has corona.
Hit high and deep.
That's got to be a home run.
Center field. Going back is the left fielder.
It doesn't give you confirmation that somebody has it, And what if somebody doesn't have a temperature? It takes about 3 to 4 days before you start showing, not necessarily showing signs, before the virus is detectable in your body. So if you're around somebody who has coronavirus and, they call for, they're talking to you and a little microscopic droplet out of their mouth, gets in the atmosphere and goes into your eye or your mouth, and you don't even feel it. It's just that light. You may not even test positive for another 3 to 4 days.
Giles comes out of the bullpen to shut
And
things
I haven't looked at WWE like in the past, like maybe month and a half, 2 months. So if they're wearing masks now, when I stopped looking at it, it's when they start having like some of the NXT performers in the crowd, some of like the people who weren't really that famous yet. They were having them in there in the crowd
He's got a hit in 3
behind the little plexiglass, standing up for almost the entire show. But they wasn't wearing masks. And like, just because you're 6 feet apart, but you're in a contained environment over a period of time, like that increases your odds if somebody there has it.
Just misses. That's ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. It's 2-1 to the A's leadoff batter.
They need to move to reality TV. Who, the WWE? It's already reality TV. It's
Fouled off.
because reality TV is fake anyway. That's all scripted, just as the same. Like if you hear some of the stories of the things that they have to abide by in the WWE, like Vince McMahon, he's very, very adamant about certain things you can say and can't say, and like you can't call it a championship belt. It has to be called a title. You know, it's just like you can't. It's just like certain. It's weird. He's very weird, man. Very weird. Like he has a lot of things that interest him. Is like a lot of toilet humor, and that's why you see a lot of silly stuff on the WWE that doesn't make sense. Like people don't talk this way. Like some of these promos that they have them to say, oh my gosh, we're tanking. They're trying to make us have to go down to the wire with the Astros to squeak by. Well, I mean, we just only lost a 1-game lead through that stretch, so Astros been kind of hurting too. Okay, so they're wearing masks. So if the guys behind that plexiglass, if they're wearing masks, that's at least good. That's better than what was happening. But I would imagine they probably had to do something because, you know what, Renee Young got it. And I know she used to do interviews and stuff like that and be on those panels for the pay-per-views. So Renee Young got it, and there was somebody else that got it that was part of the production team or whatever. Like, I'm not up to date on the current stuff. Only the stuff I've seen that I had DVR'd, and then keeping up with, like, the podcasts I listen to. I'm still behind on that. I'm like, as far as the podcast I listen to, I'm like in early May. So like, I think Money in the Bank is the next podcast I'm listening to. So that's how far back I am. But I do know post Money in the Bank, like Becky Lynch, I know about her issue, what happened to her in terms of not being able to wrestle. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It was once entertaining until the PG era. Oh yeah, man. Back when it was the Monday Night Battle, man, between WCW and Monday Night Raw, oh, that was some of the most fun times in wrestling. That's when I got hooked. I mostly like to watch WCW before they start getting really crazy, but I did like to watch WWE because of The Rock. Man, The Rock was so cool, man. Stone Cold, and that's when they like people like Kane. They really felt intimidating. You knew it wasn't real and they weren't like a monster, but they were presented as such. And back in those days, in the late 90s, early 2000s, or like that was more or less the mid 90s. Like, entertainment was in a different era then. It takes a lot to entertain us now because there's just so much out there to consume, and we're always people trying to go to the next level to entertain. So it's like, if you look back at some of the old TV shows and movies that we looked at, you know, when you were younger, and you look at it like, wow, that I used to like this. This looks horrible. The acting's horrible. Like, it's so cheesy. It's because expectations change over time, and you know, risks are taken that are much greater now. So our expectation of what we look at and consume, our standards are much higher now. But back then, it was just like, it didn't take much. It didn't take much for a horror movie to scare you. It didn't take much for you to be entertained, especially in wrestling. Yep. He said Becky's trash. I mean, she had a very good thing. She had a very good run going. Like, they kind of, what made her so popular, it happened organically. And that's the best part about wrestling. When things happen organically, but what ultimately ends up happening, though, is that the WWE starts to intervene and they take it away. And they try to make it seem like it's their creation. Then that's when it's not cool anymore. So, you know. All right, so our next game, I'm going to hold off on that. But I do want to show you guys, like I said, I want to show you my Atlanta Braves team as far as the franchise. Show you what they look like now. If Vince was out in AAA ran things, the ratings would go way up. Yeah. I mean, look at it. But Triple H gets it. He knows that we're in a different era. That's why the product for NXT feels so different from the WWE, like from Raw and SmackDown. Raw and SmackDown, they're so robotic. I mean, there's very few people that get to just kind of be themselves. And it's like the people who write for these wrestlers is like nobody talks like that in real life. Like Ricochet, that dude's man, he's a horrible promo. I mean, some people just don't have it. Some people you can give them some horrible dialogue and they can still find a way to make it work, like like The Rock. But most of The Rock was all his stuff was just like himself. They may give you certain key points to hit, but they say you just go out and do what you do. Just make sure you touch on these things. But people like Ricochet that you have to like script heavily, he just can't evoke the emotion to deliver that kind of stuff. So, but the thing is, like, what I'm worried about, because now you're seeing so much crossover between NXT and like Raw and SmackDown, that it's going to that mentality is going to probably start to bleed over. It's just crazy. Like, they should just keep them separate. They should just let NXT continue to compete with AEW. Charlotte doesn't have to. I mean, from what I hear, Charlotte being the champion, I don't know if she's a champion anymore, but when she won the belt, I heard that she did pretty good on NXT, bringing eyeballs to it. But it's a business for the WWE at the end of the day, and everything they do is about business. That's why they're PG, because publicly traded company, got to satisfy the investors. They go PG, they get better contracts for the networks, they make more money. It's just a cycle. And that's the only reason why. And that's the reason why you would never see John Cena. But we probably won't never see him there because his wrestling career is kind of just pretty much gone now. But you would never see him go complete heel because he's worth too much as a babyface. All right, so here's my team. So, of course, we signed Jonathan VR from when we was playing March to October. Picked up Justin Turner. We got Freddie Freeman, of course, Ronald Acuna. Picked up George Springer this year. We have Ozzy, Nelson Cruz, Carlos Gonzalez, Travis Arnold, and then some people on the bench. Adam Duvall. We got Ender still. Camargo. This guy. Peter Mooney. And Kristen Pache, or Kristen Pac. I'm not sure how you would say his name. He's moved up to the big leagues now. He was a big hot prospect for us in AAA. Still got Dansby. So, still got some pretty good people in the squad. Oh, Io Shirai, she's the champion now? Oh, nice. I like her. I like her style. She's kind of like that emo kind of thing. Because a lot of times they do it, especially like the Asian wrestlers. If they don't make them a heel, like a villain, because that's what Vince McMahon, it's like, if you're not American born, if you're somebody that's foreign, he's going to make you a heel. It's just like he can't get out of that 80s mentality of like the Nikolai Volkovs versus Sergeant Slaughter and, the Iron Sheik. Anybody who's not American born, he thinks they're better off as a heel. So, because Io Shirai, she used to be a babyface, and then when she turned heels, it's like, sometimes it works though, because being a heel is a little easier. You can kind of just take a lot more risks. You left after Bray Wyatt's championship. Yeah, they ruined that, man. Again, money. What was it? From Goldberg. Goldberg was a big draw. And all that time they spent building up the Fiend to be this monster, almost unbeatable. I mean, that's what even hurt Seth Rollins. Like, all those stomps that he had to give to him, that ruined that move. That stomp move is trash now. Like, whenever you're one of your most powerful moves, or moves that you're supposed to finish people with, when you do that many of them, that move is gone. Yeah. So sometimes it can work, but yeah, this is the squad. So I kind of like where I'm at with them. Haven't started anything yet. I've seen a thumbnail from what culture wrestling that I've subscribed to on YouTube, and I seen a thumbnail where it showed Bray talking to Braun Strowman. So I don't know. It's like, is Braun getting a revamp or something like that? So I don't know. I have no idea what's happening in there. it's just tough to watch right now with them. Even with the people that they have in the crowd, the few people they have in the crowds, it's just tough to watch wrestling. Like that's a sporting event or a program that you need crowd reactions to feed off of because they're so important to the match. Like you can have a 5-star match, and this has happened before. You can have a 5-star match, but if the crowd for some reason not into it, like the cruiserweights, and those cruiserweights are good, man, but they're presented as jokes all the time on Raw and SmackDown. They're always getting squashed. And it's like you're telling the audience not to care about them. You don't give them any kind of meaningful storyline. You don't give them anything to say on the microphone that can connect with people. Like Tozawa, that dude is amazing in the ring. He can wrestle, but he's good in NXT. But when they cross him over to Raw or SmackDown, he's a joke. He's squashed. So you don't care about him. There's nothing for you to. There's no character development. There's no building. So I don't know, man. But anyway, good discussion at the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. I will be back tomorrow, and we're gonna jump into some more Monster October. And matter of fact, our next player lock, because we always start the stream off with a player lock, and then we jump right into our Monster October. Tomorrow's player lock is going to be Adell Russman from the Baltimore Orioles. So we'll be player locking as him. So that should be fun. But tonight's was crazy. Anyway, I'm Mr. Lux, a.k.a. The Merry Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.